This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Hurricane Irma really doing a number on our men's national softball team. They were supposed to leave town today ahead of their CAC and Pan Am qualifier in the Dominican Republic, but that didn't happen.
We booked with American Airlines to travel, and 3 o'clock this morning they called us and canceled the flight. And to add insult to injury, we have to split the team where some travel on Sunday and some on Monday. Organizers of the tournament has already informed me that there's no problem with the team coming in late, but we know that they're going to have to do some doubleheaders, so this young team is going to be baptized by fire in a high-level tournament.
Manager Perry Seymour has been to these kinds of tournaments on numerous occasions. He knows how important it is for the team to get in as early as possible, and so he's making this plea.
I'm honestly asking the government, especially Bahamas there, corporate sponsors who could even charter us at a flight. The tournament starts on Friday. He's saying now we can't get it between Sunday and Monday. Mr. Minister of Sports, Mr. Prime Minister, we, the men's national softball team, would like for you to do something for us. Get us on a flight. Give us a Bahamas Air flight to Dominican Republic. I mean, you're going close enough. You're going to Inagua. So we can hike a ride for you to Inagua, and then you can cash it over. We can get back with the way we paid for.
The New Providence Softball Association with some makeup games last night. Our Kelsey Johnson was at the park.
The players on the Proper Care Pool Sharks team might be a little short of words, but when it comes to swinging their bats, it's a grand slam.
It was a great game. I guess we made some mistakes or whatever, but we came back and got on top.
How do you think the Lady Sharks can improve and make sure keep on that winning streak?
Well, I guess we could cut out on mistakes and try our best and hit the ball.
The Lady Sharks routed the University of the Bahamas Lady Caribs 14-3 on Wednesday night. The camera-shy Ramona Hanna led the team from the mound. She recorded 6 straight strikeouts over the second, third, and fourth innings. The Lady Caribs only had 6 hits and made 5 errors in the fourth inning.
I'm very pleased with the win today, and I feel that we have things to work on. We have to get our bats around. We have to communicate more on and off the field. So if we do that, we can make it to the championship.
The Lady Sharks are 10-4 on the season, a pretty impressive win-loss record for the young squad. As the regular season winds down and teams prepare for the postseason, Aaliyah Ferguson doesn't want her squad to be counted out.
Well, we don't downgrade anybody. We play the game for what it's worth, and we play for what we know. We just have to play more aggressive. Aggressiveness is key. You have to play more aggressive, and you have to talk it up on the field.
The Lady Sharks have a tough schedule ahead of them. They're coming fresh off a win, but still will have to contend with the likes of the Lady Hitters, the Johnson Lady Truckers, and the Sunshine Auto Wildcats. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Let's Swim Bahamas has been doing its job getting youngsters more comfortable with the water. Co-founder Nancy Knowles spoke about how the idea first came about.
It was about 2006 when we visited Australia during the Commonwealth Games, and we saw a swim school being run by Carlisle Swimming, and they had a 25-meter 6-lane pool. It was shallow, about 3 feet deep, and they were putting like 3,000 kids a week in that pool through it. And we watched them do it. We watched their turnover. We watched how they structured their classes, how they laid out the pool. And so as soon as we came back, we thought, how can we make this happen? How can we use the pool that we were in, St. Andrew's Pool, for put better use during the day. The school program in swimming, they don't use the pool year round. They have other sports they have to do. They do softball season, volleyball season, all the different seasons. Then the pool stays empty. And we knew that Thelma Gibson was like just over in Elizabeth Estates. So we started immediately to work on a way to get those kids to come to St. Andrews during the school time. It was a 2-year struggle to work it out and get the logistics working. Then in about 2008, we got a permission from the government to a 4-year contract to allow us to do it, and we continue to work. It's a slow process because we're changing a culture, we're changing a mindset.
The International Olympic Committee has set up $1 million in emergency fund money to help rebuild sports infrastructure in those Caribbean islands affected by Hurricane Irma. The IOC will work with national Olympic committees to decide how best to assist them and will consider increasing the amount of the fund once it has a full assessment of the damage.
It doesn't assist in its entirely, but it's something towards a grant towards the repairs and the rebuild of facilities. The Bahamas is included in that, but obviously priority is given to those countries that suffered the most devastation and will have the more difficult task of rebuilding. So we've made an application, and we suspect that we will be getting some of the grant out from those funds.
The Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees suffering a major blow during Hurricane Irma. Dag Samuels, a British Virgin Islands athletics coach, tragically died in the disaster after falling off his roof.
That was disheartening. I mean, and he has made quite a contribution to the development of athletics, not only in BVI, but in the region. I've learned that he would have assisted in coaching some of our athletes here, and the loss obviously caught all of us by surprise when we saw the email, so it's a sad day for athletics, particularly in BVI and around the region, and sad day for sports on the whole to lose a coach as talented as he was to a natural disaster. It's just, it's heartbreaking.
The session of the International Olympic Committee meeting in Lima, Peru. They elected Paris as the host city of the Games for the Olympiad in 2024. Also, Los Angeles selected as the host city for the Games in 2028.
When you have just two countries going in to bid for 2024, I thought it was wise for saying that both countries wanted to host the Olympics for one to regress and compromise. One will be sure of getting it in 2024 and the other in 2028, and that's what we saw. These games are very expensive.
And that'll do it for sports. Stay tuned, check on weather still to come.